All right, so we're going to answer that first question here of Section 3 in our Interactive Notebook Guide. You can see only the price for a good or service changes. The demand curve does not shift because price itself is not a demand shifter. Price changes only the quantity demanded for the good or service. So that means we're only moving this way on this line. We're not going to shift over to the right or shift over to the left. Now, what are our possible answers we have for this matrix and how they shift? When we talk about changes in income, as income increases, people will then have more money, so there's going to be an increase for demands of goods and services. So we're going to see that shift over to the right because there's going to be more money, more things to buy. What we're going to see next is changes in the numbers of consumers. As the number of consumers increases, we're going to see more people buying goods and services. So we're going to see demand again shift to the right there. Very simple, easy solution that we have for those two things. Now we have a couple others that we're going to go through as well. And those are right here. The other demand shifter you could say is changing consumer tastes and preferences. So when tastes and preferences for a particular good or service increase, demand for that good or service will also increase. Like what you read in your textbook was about, Japanese sushi restaurants weren't very popular 20, 30 years ago. And now, when you go through Des Moines or West Des Moines or Waukee, you can't go 2-3 blocks without seeing some type of Japanese sushi restaurant now. Also, we have changes in consumers' expectations. So if consumers expect a future increase in the price of good or service, current demand for that good or service will increase. If they expect a lower price in the future, the current demand will decrease. So we don't really know which way it's going to shift. It really depends on what the consumer does. Changes in the price of substitute goods will also shift our demand. As the price of a particular good or service increases, demand for that good will decrease. But demand for substitute will increase as it will be cheaper in comparison. So we'll see that shift to the right again. So the comparison here is that idea of, butter and margarine. Those are those substitute goods. And then lastly, changes in the price of complementary goods, which are those goods that go together. So remember, like if you're buying tennis balls, you're going to have a tennis racket. Those goods that are typically bought together, hamburgers, hamburger buns. So as the price of a particular good or service increases, demand for that good will decrease. Since people tend to buy complementary goods together, demand for any complementary good will also go the same way that the other good is going. Hopefully that helps you guys out, and we'll move on.